Hello, my name is Rachel and I like filming YouTube videos. And what I am filming for you today is actually a tag. I was tagged by Pixie over at Seakwin, and I will link her video on this tag down below. But this tag is a through Z music challenge tag. And basically it's just listing a song or artist starting with A all the way through Z. I decided to put my own little twist on it, and I attempted to, for every letter, pick a band that I have seen live. And I was mostly successful. There were 3 letters that I was not able to fill in with bands I've seen live, but I will tell you about those when I get to those. But I do have my plague diary with me today, where I have all my answers written down. This is actually art by Stephen Archer. And Stephen Archer and Donna Lynch are Ego Likeness, which is one of my favorite bands and is on this list somewhere. I've seen them live many times, but Stephen is a artist and Donna is a writer. And on the front it says, "In the grand scheme of things, does that really matter right now?" And then Donna put a little quote on the inside, and it's, "Define beauty. Don't let it define you." I really love that. Stephen has been doing a plague diary a day for the past maybe 2 months, and I was able to snag this one. They go super quick. As soon as he lists them, someone claims it. But he does have amazing art, and I'm going to link their, I think it's their Big Cartel store down below, because you can get some of his art and some of her books there. And I think you can definitely get their music on Bandcamp, and I'm sure other places as well. Let's get into this actual tag. Enough about my cute little awesome sparkly diary. I love this thing. Here are my A through Z's, and let me start at the top. So for A, I did choose, now each of these letters, or not each, but a lot of these letters, I actually have multiple bands that I've seen live, but I did narrow it down to just, even though I was tempted, I'm just one. I just narrowed it down to just one per letter. So I'm going to start with A. And for A, I did choose Adoration Destroyed. And Adoration Destroyed are 3 guys from Texas. They are, I guess they would be like gothic rock. And if you go far enough back into my videos, back when I was only uploading clips from shows that I went to, you can find a short clip of Adoration Destroyed. And they're the sweetest guys, and they just look like guys who would have totally blew me off back on MySpace, if you know what I mean. But they are so sweet and so cute and very talented. I love their music. So our next letter, B, for B, I chose The Birthday Massacre. And I did see The Birthday Massacre twice. I saw them once in Baltimore, and I also saw them on the Gothic Cruise. I've seen a lot of great bands on the Gothic Cruise. And then for C, I've seen much larger bands that start with C, but I had to choose Cliff and Ivy. And I had to choose Cliff and Ivy because they are Alaska's only goth band. So I think that's special. So I chose Cliff and Ivy, and I did actually see them at a somewhat local club here in Virginia a couple of years ago. And for D, I chose Delight. I actually saw Delight way back in the early 90s at an outdoor rave music festival. It was my first huge outdoor rave. Might have been my only outdoor rave. Back when I was going through my graver phase. I don't know if anyone had a graver phase. I did get to see Delight live. And then for E, I of course chose Ego Likeness because, you know, they both had a hand in my little diary here. And I love Ego Likeness. I've seen them live many, many times in several different states and on the Gothic Cruise. So that was my choice for E. For F, I chose Front 242, and I saw Front 242 both up in Northern Virginia, as well as I went to the very first 4 Lollapaloozas, possibly the first 5, but I was partying a lot in the 90s, so it's all kind of blended together. But I know I went to the first 4 Lollapaloozas, and Front 242 did play at one of them, although I couldn't tell you exactly which one. So for G, I chose Gary Newman because that was an amazing show. I saw him at the 930 Club up in DC just a few years ago. My Name is Ruin. Was that the name of the tour? I know that was one of the songs that he played. I absolutely love that song. But so yeah, I definitely had to choose Gary Newman for G. For H, I chose a band called Hot Pink Satan. And they just put on the most amazing show. She gets herself covered in blood. And I love their music. And I do have a short clip of them. If you go way back into my music clips, you can see a short clip of them playing live. For I, I've actually seen the Insane Clown Posse. And I saw them at Nation in DC. I was friends with the lighting guy at Nation and most of the bouncers, almost all the employees, the hostess, the person who took care of all the bands that came through, was friends with her. So I would get invited to a lot of parties and got into a lot of shows for free. So I did get to see the Insane Clown Posse. And then J, again, back to those Lollapaloozas, I did get to see Jane's Addiction. And I used to absolutely love Jane's Addiction. For K, I have KANGA, and she was at Fallout, which is our club here in Richmond, Virginia. And L, I chose Lust for Nothing. He's out of, let's say, Philadelphia? He's out of Pennsylvania. And I do love his music. He has that really dark Peter Steele, I believe, sound that I really enjoy. But yeah, he's just really good. For M, I chose Midnight Marionettes. And I actually saw the Midnight Marionettes at, it was a Gothic festival in Colorado. So that was, I got to see a lot of great bands there, and it was awesome seeing Midnight Marionettes. And N was Neon Cross. I absolutely loved Neon Cross. I had actually never heard of them until I saw them at that show. And again, that was at that Colorado Goth Festival. I think it was in 2018 that I went to the Colorado Goth Festival. But yeah, Neon Cross, they were amazing. Another band that I saw at that Goth Festival, Offerings to Odin. Oh, and this one's a good one. For P, I actually got to see Pink Floyd. And that was, I believe, their last tour back in 93 or 94, early 90s. But I did get to see Pink Floyd. Now, Q. Q is a letter that I have not seen a band that starts with the letter Q. However, I decided to choose a band that I wish I had been able to see, and that would have been Queen. So I won't even get a chance at a reunion for that one, but Queen would have been awesome. I did not see them, though. Okay, so for R, back to those Lollapaloozas, I got to see Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I think that's pretty cool. For S, I've seen Susie and the Banshees. I've actually seen her twice. One at the once at one of those Lollapaloozas, and again at Nation in DC. And for T, I chose Tragic Black, and they were at the Colorado Gothic Festival, as well as U, the Union, also at the Colorado Gothic Festival. For V, I chose Velvet Acid Christ, and I've seen Velvet Acid Christ several times in DC and Baltimore, also on one of the Gothic cruises. And Brian is just a sweetheart, and I love his music, and it's great that I've gotten to see him so many times. And W is a band called Witch Hands. Again, they're local to Colorado, and one of the young men in it is also one of the young men who I believe runs or helps run the Colorado Gothic Festival. So again, Colorado Gothic Festival. I got to see a lot of cool bands there. For X, Centrifuge, and they played at Fallout, I believe, at the same show as KANGA did. And then for these last two were ones that, unfortunately, I did not have bands that I saw, but I decided to choose bands that I would like to see or wish I had seen. So for Y, I wish one day I could see, and I did doctor this just a little bit, but I really wish one day I could see Yankovic, as in Weird Al. I would absolutely love to see Weird Al Yankovic. And then for Z, another one that there is no chance I'll ever get to see, and that would be David Bowie when he was Ziggy Stardust. And of course, all that was over before I started going to venues and bands. And of course, David Bowie is no longer with us, which is very sad. So there'll never be like a bringing it back sort of thing. So yeah, that is my A to Z music tag challenge choices. And I am supposed to tag, I think, 3 people. So, and I feel like a lot of the people that I would normally tag have already been tagged. So I am going to choose Lorna Sharp. I would actually love, Lorna, I hope you do this. I would absolutely love to see which bands you chose for an A to Z music tag. And remember guys, it can be bands, it could be songs, it could be just a single artist. And if you don't want to do it, of course, if I tag you and you don't want to do it, don't feel any sort of obligation. But Lorna, I would love to see your list. Rachel from Enigma 77 Reviews, I would love to see your list. And let's see, one more. Juan Blak. I think you would have an incredible list. And you can do what I did, would put your own twist on it. Like I said, I chose to try and fill it in with bands I've seen live, or you can just do bands that have influenced you or affected your life in some way, or you just want to share with people. But I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs down, but please give me some constructive criticism in the comments below so I can improve. And please subscribe to the channel. And I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. I hope you are all just having a wonderful day and staying happy, healthy, and safe in this incredibly crazy world we are living in. And just bye for now. I'll talk to you all later.